And hello, everybody. I hope you're all doing well today, this fine Saturday evening, and I hope you're all doing good in general. I'm joined with me today by, of course, Hopeless Peaches, so say hi.
Howdy, howdy, howdy.
So, what's been going on? Well, I've been doing a lot with life right now. That's why some videos are taking forever. Still working on toy reviews and other things too. Fox Mafia Part 2 is coming out very soon. Now that I have just about every bit of information, and some of it is a doozy. Thank you, Shio Kami, for the $20 super chat. 10 away or 100 away from 17K. Yeah, it's nice. Don't know why, but it's nice. So I hope you're all doing well for the most part. We had some troublemakers try to show up earlier in the stream, but you know what? That's fine. Let them seethe and cope and run their mouths. The worst they can do is call me fat, and frankly, with some of the company they keep, I think that's kind of ironic to call somebody. So, everything will be explained, don't worry. Shout out, of course, to the Fox Mafia, who I know are watching this on pins and needles. I'm sure you're sitting in a voice chat in your server, listening to this, trying your best to soothe your own consciences while you sit around people who like dog dick, unironically, and then try to say the only reason they did was because of their groomer, despite being 26. I know you guys think that that's a good explanation, but it's not. Thank you, Crook, for the $10. Hoping you can get a break sometime soon, old man. Never. Go ahead, Peaches.
I just think it's funny that they did make that a whole F list, saying they did it when they were a minor and it was like made 2 years ago.
Which means she was 24. It was accessed less than 6 months before it was found. Magical. Ah, yes, Amazing Bro.
24-year-old minor.
Since this is the first time I've streamed since, the last time, Amazing Bro sent me a super chat, and it was his first super chat, and I forgot to read out that fact that it was his first super chat. So I am very sorry, Amazing Bro, that I didn't get to you in that way and did not read it out. Thank you very much for the kindness. So, what has happened? Well, Neora, the brilliant thing that they are, has been trying to scour to find more dirt on me, but because Neora is like a Dragon Ball fan and can't read, which means they also can't read situations, they found something they think is totally damning on me. I will read all the other super chats later on because I want to get into this, so thank you, the real, true Smash Bandicoot. Yes, we all do hate Dong Fidels here. They found a conversation that Anthony uploaded several years ago during the situation with Mintheart, aka Jordan. Now, I know Fox Mafia people aren't very smart. They literally think me talking about them LARPing as a derogatory is the same as actual LARPing, where people dress up in outfits and hit people. But no, that's not what happened here. What happened in this situation, since everybody cries for context, right, Grimskull? The context is this, and I know none of you are smart, so try to pay attention. Go ahead, turn on your recording device that I know you have up right now, because that's how you people are. No, I don't mean metaphorically, just Jeff. I mean literally. They like animal genitalia. The context for what happened before this call was Jordan had been touched by their mother's ex. Jordan had reported it to the authorities. Jordan had reported it to their school, and Jordan had told their mother. And their mother did not kick him out. Jordan had literally nowhere to go. You can't just randomly run off at that age and not be taken immediately back home when you're found, and telling a literal child just leave home with no plan or nowhere to go is unquestionably dangerous. So what we did was we had an idea, which never even progressed past that, because after all of this, after this call, later that day, the mom finally decided to kick the dirtbag out and told them, hey, maybe an idea is to record in case he does come in. Now, what Grimskull and Neora and the rest of these mentally stunted idiots, because they're all sick in the head, think what was being asked was to film a rape. Because that's what they would want.
Like, I will make one thing, is that if it did happen, then that would technically what would be on the recording. But it's what you call surveillance in your home. The same way as it would like record a theft or like an assault or anything. And people have surveillance, so they have evidence, so they can send it to the police.
Yes, they seem to
But
think.
these people these people, the same people who, when they're angry, start thinking about how they want to essay women. To no surprise, their immediate thought was, "Ooh, a porno."
Yep. Yes, that Grimskull. The Grimskull who teamed up with Harley's groomer and excused them, saying, well, they have autism. And we'll get into that more when part 2 hits. We will. Trust me. It's going to be okay. Who blamed Harley for not reporting the guy, because Grimskull knows literally nothing about victims, because he's never cared about them. None of these people ever have. Unless, of course, it's one of their zoophile buddies, like First in which case that's what they make for the excuse for all their immoral actions. And Foxton, of course, backs us because Foxton's deranged, mentally unwell, and Grimskull thinks it's funny. And, of course, Silver Fox there, too, because he doesn't have his own values either. He's just mad that people made fun of Antunes. So, I'm going to go ahead and play the actual call we had. And I know because Grimskull's big mad, because I said in this recording that if Vita ever dated Jordan that I would strangle him. Well, why didn't you strangle him, Lio? Because I respect the law. And I have to try to let the law do its job. Unlike you, who respects groomers. And then had them in the thing. Lio, you mentioned putting the camera to the bed. Yes, you mentally stunted clown. How do you record somebody assaulting you in that way if it's not pointed towards the bed? Are you dumb? And I'm dead serious. Are you dumb? Are you actually stupid? Good lord. And no, not that Silver Fox. It's Silver Fox, random numbers here because it can't be original. So we're going to play the call. The actual call. Not just snipped out of context portions of it. Now, there's some of this that, of course, is ironic, and we will comment on that as we go on. You ready?
Yep.
Through from here and have a battle plan and a game plan ready for the weekend.
I'm not necessarily disagreeing here, and I think that's a good idea, but the one issue is her mom doesn't like her being away from home, so it's going to be hard to sell. How are we going to handle that?
Is there maybe a friend they could pretend like they're sick and like, oh, I really need to go over there to help for their sake?
I don't think she'd even let that go by.
Well,
like her mom's a dick.
Yeah, when you can't get it in legitimately, lie.
Well,
Yeah.
I'll leave that to her discretion. Or her other option is, of course, to set up that camera tonight and see what happens.
Yeah, that's one thing I think we should have.
Yes. Set up camera tonight to see what happens, to record surveillance and say something happens. And yeah, I saw. We'll cover it. Don't worry, Mr. Gamer.
And either way is get that camera rolling just in case.
Because
the moment that's caught on footage,
those are pretty
solve the
cheap,
issue.
aren't they?
What
Yeah.
is?
Yeah, like
Cameras.
I was just saying to leave her phone plugged in and just have the phone pointed at her because nobody's gonna suspect a phone on the bedside.
No, but you can if you see the screen.
Somebody asked how old the call is. I will tell you when the call was made. One moment. This was released September 27th, 2018.
Gosh.
So yeah, that's how long this has been sitting there. Continuing.
Screen, you can see that it's
I have
recording.
no idea
Yeah.
how you could
Try
hang
flip it
around
over.
Vida.
You better hope it
Sounds
doesn't fall
annoying
over
as
tonight.
fuck.
It kind of was.
Yeah.
I think it'd be better. If she surely has a desktop PC or a laptop.
She got a
Put-
new laptop, yeah.
Yeah,
That
put the camera on that sucker, have it recording in the corner, minimized, and you're good to go.
That might be worth a shot.
I think it'd
Hell,
be better
I
than
have two things recording just in case.
yeah.
Who's the
Now,
one
what's
saying
happening
two
so far
things
is touching her
recording?
inappropriately.
Vita.
Of course.
That sexual assault, not necessarily statutory rape.
Like I said, not a lawyer.
Yeah. But at that point, that's his problem.
Well, wouldn't
Yeah,
it be both? If it's you'd at least have statutory because of the 16 age, and then I guess the sexual assault on top of
Well,
it.
statutory rape usually requires penetration of a sort.
Oh, okay.
There's probably some hefty charges you can get either way, though.
Oh, absolutely. Like you
To those of you wondering, this is an old call. So yes, you're hearing Vita's voice because people are dumb and we'll get into that.
Touch a kid, regardless of whether or not you've raped them, you're on the offender list. And by the way, I actually got to take a look at the map around my area that tells me about different people with different crimes that live in my area, and like my entire area is covered with red dots.
Jesus Christ.
Are you one of them?
Heck no. Heck no.
That would be.
But
I think I just.
Wait, I do have to ask the question: is the cat in this call that we're listening to, or is it like literally through your mic right now?
It's Whitey. He's at the door whining because Gidget's in here and he's not.
And also, I love how I didn't even have to read the actual name. I could just go, I can see them calling them Goober. Hello, mother.
This guys, this call was from almost 7 years ago. Okay.
Wait, 7?
Well, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, almost 7 years ago. This was in 2018. Oh wait, no, I'm wrong. I was thinking 2016. I'm sorry. Yeah, it was 2018, so no, it wasn't 7. God, I'm tired.
No? What? Oh, that's what I was going to say. I was like, what are you doing? Like, I'm not... awake
What you
right
doing?
Holy shit.
But no, I think if you guys
5
ever
years.
on the news,
5 years
man
ago.
in Texas goes on Doom-esque rampage killing pedophiles, it's gonna be me.
Man, literally too angry to die.
Gotta rip and tear. And you know what? I dare the courts to convict me.
God.
You're in Texas, right? Yeah, you'll be okay.
Yes.
You'll be okay in Texas. It's not my legal advice. It's just a good hunch.
I would...
What other shit
This
should
is why I
be
would
done
go to-
moving forward? Because I feel like
Being
everything's
Texas.
being done, but I don't know.
Of course,
I've considered going down this path before when I was younger, but I never actually looked too into it, so...
Well, here's the thing that's gonna suck, all right? And here's what it comes down to, especially when I talked to Sega's sister about a month ago when we had our conversation.
Yeah.
You have to get to the point to where you want to actually do something. I can't make somebody desperate to get out of an abusive household. So if Mint Heart wants out of this, it's not going to matter if Mint Heart raises that money or not. Mint Heart will find a way out of it if she's desperate enough.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So that's why I give Sega Sister a lot less leeway currently than I would Mint Heart.
For the record, of those of you who are not aware, Sega Sister was literally an adult the entire time we were ever talking about, like, Sega Sister trying to get out of their household. Not anywhere near the same situation. So before the Fox Mafia dorks run off and try to find Sega Sister, not even close.
Because I know why Sega Sister's staying at home. And it's a stupid reason. So
I
What
want to
is
know.
that out of curiosity?
I hate to sound like the tease, but
No, I'm the
I've given
wrong
my-
person to tell. I understand.
No,
And
not
by
just
now,
that,
this
is-
time, and I will say, by this time, I did finally click record. I'm like, I can't keep letting this go on the floor.
Well, again, I'm not at liberty to say.
No,
So,
I understand. And again, I am the last person in the world who probably needs to know if it needs to be quiet.
Scale is 50 simply because Vita's here talking about other people possibly being predators when he was one. So it is kind of funny in retrospect.
Did you ever get a word back on her on whether or not she talked to Toon?
I never. Yeah, I got blocked after the last time I talked about that. Again, when freaking.
Oh, fantastic!
Yeah, no, when Thought Bubble Brittany, she's like, "Can you keep a secret?" I said, "Absolutely not." She's like, "Well, yeah, no, I didn't lie about it." She's like, "Well, she's been talking to Toon. I'd like to show you a screenshot. Know that you could keep it quiet." Nope. You could show Creepy. Did you confirm it happened, Creepy? Okay, and that's as much as I talked about in the video. I never saw it myself, though. He swears up and down it was on there, so.
Good lord, stupid.
And I can't see why he would randomly just decide, I'm gonna bury this one brony. That's just not likely.
In,
Um,
in the case of Mint Heart, by the way, I can say she's definitely trying to get out. That's why she canceled her trip to BronyCon. She's like, I gotta save money just to move.
Well, again, we need to find out if she has any physical friends in the area.
Yeah, well, I know she doesn't have any, like, friends her age. She had one, but they're not talking anymore. I don't know if it ended poorly or not.
Well, in her age doesn't matter.
Well, there's
Like that.
Lana
there's
did age
I forget
50
the place
years.
that Buttons
Right.
went after she was on her own. What do they call those places?
Homeless shelters?
Yeah, something like that. Can she do something like that? for-
Battered homes? or
Some-
whatever?
Yeah, she could. There's also several
an
religious sects that would. There's also several religious functions that would help her as well.
There was one person offering for her to stay with them, but I don't trust anyone online. Fuck that.
No, not at all.
Who was it?
Some friend of Buttons. It
Oh,
seemed
fantastic.
normal, but I
I'm sorry. It's just
It is funny.
one. It's Feeder saying it, and two, smash cut.
Smash cut. Yeah, that is ironic. I'm not going to deny that. On both cases.
Uh-huh.
Continue.
Don't trust it as far as I can throw it.
Yeah, friend of Buttons, normal. Yeah, pick one.
They sound like they worked for a con, so they're somewhat not crazy.
No. If
Well-
you work for a convention, chances are you're crazy, dude.
You know, you make a good point. I can't argue.
I did just think of Tinker just now, but anyways, moving on.
Oh,
What?
low
I don't
blow.
know.
Oh God,
I don't
yes,
have-
Midheart, go live with Tinker.
Look, I have a lot of respect for Purple, but I understand that there's some issues. Moving along.
Issues. That's a subscription.
Let me go ahead and message her. Do you have anyone you could stay with, push come to shove, in your area, mind you?
Yeah.
Good
Or
lord,
like
the
maybe
loudest
city
keyboard.
or something
Not
like
even
that.
the loudest keyboards we ever had in the server.
Half hour. Right.
That's general area.
Half hour to an hour.
Yeah, the big thing is just getting to work. That's all I'm worried about, because you got to keep getting the money to save, just in case.
Yeah.
Oh boy, fun.
What?
What's all the situation?
Well, that's one reason why I quoted you Proverbs 21:19. Better to live in the wilderness than with a quarrelsome woman.
I think you could take out the quarrelsome and still be correct.
Well, there's a lot of definitions for quarrelsome.
Oh, well, what's the most ridiculous one?
I think quarrelsome is a good enough word because it implies somebody who's willing to fight over nothing.
Ah,
Thank you, Chaotic, for being your first
so
super
when are
chat
you
as well.
planning
We'll
on
talk
doing
about
the
that in a
live
bit.
stream? Because does need to be a lot ironed out. I don't want her to go out there without knowing like 90% of anything and then just looking like an idiot.
I just assumed that, yeah, I told you guys the questions I have here. If you want to sit in, it should be in, out, ask, address. Probably should be pretty dumb, lickety split.
Yeah, but I don't think it's going to happen today because she has to go to work and she gets off at 10, which is like 1 hour time.
No, that's fine. Won't fuck
1
it.
a.m. where I'm at. It's fucking ridiculous. I have to give her props though. She's working. That's more than most people with GoFundMe's do.
And at this point, they just go on about other people that are not related to this at all. Because the truth of the matter here is that's all that had to do with Mintheart. And one thing I've noticed from literally every single dirtbag that has ever come to conflict with me, they always go after Vita, and they care nothing of the people that were hurt during all that. They don't care about the damage that was done to a teenager or the other victims of Vitas. All they care about is, I'm mad some old man put me in my place, which is under my heel, by the way. So now we're going to try to weaponize something that caused a lot of people pain. Because they're scumbags. They're immoral, sexually degenerate scumbags. That's who they are.
Yeah. Though I would prefer to call them
Dung fidels! They're all dung fidels! Do it again. Dung fidels! Dung fidels!
dung fidels.
Dung fidels! They're dung fidels! Now, have they tried to talk to Jordan about any of this? Nope, because Jordan doesn't matter to them. Nobody who's actually been affected matters to them. These idiots wake up every day mad at me because I slap the sound out of every single one of them, and I'm about to put them fully in the ground soon. Because the artists want to be fed, so I'm going to feed the artists in two ways. Number one, part 2, which, honestly, don't have much left to do on it. And I've, again, got some pretty damning things in there. And unlike them, I don't make it up. Because I know they're running around calling me a groomer now, which is just, fantastic optics for people
oh my
who...
god.
Go ahead.
They're literally Chris Hansen right now.
What?
They're catching you, bro.
Oh, totes.
They got you.
Totes. But no, they keep calling me a groomer. Oh, no.
Please. On Chris Hansen.
Chris Hansen. Anyways. So I pointed out in the stream on Cast War Fox and yours, Doc, that they're fine with people making false allegations. So what do? To prove me wrong, they continue to make false allegations, because that's who these people are. To them, it's never about what's right. It's never about the people who have been hurt. It's about the fact that I upset them. That's all it comes down to. That's all it comes down to. Now, the second thing I'll be doing to feed the artists is every single call, save one, that I've had with Fox Mafia Dorks, I'm compiling into a massive video and I'm releasing as a series of calls. So you're going to see what these people are like and the stupid excuses they make. Talking about sexually assaulting people. Well, it's a joke, bro. It's a joke. It's not a joke. Especially when you say it in anger. It's venting. And if your immediate vent is to talk about how you want to sexually assault people, yeah, you're just a rapist without any victims yet. Just truth of the matter. Hello, Gidgey. By the way, Gidgey's in my lap right now. She's a good kitty. Ready to move on to the next video?
Yes.
All right. Let me get it pulled up here. Just give me a minute. We're, of course, bringing up next Brian Mullins the Fox. You see, Brian, like every other degenerate, got mad at me, and what does he do? Immediately start talking about Minthart. Immediately start talking about the Vita situation. Because that's all these idiots can ever do. To the point to where he made some really stupid comments. Some really stupid comments. So let's find.
I don't understand.
Go ahead.
I don't understand yet how their how the thing adds up though very well.
What do you mean?
Well, you know, they keep bringing up Minthart and stuff, but like I'm around and they haven't explained that outside of the fact that I am the one who like harasses you, so
Yes, clearly I'm the abused one. But no, Grimskull did a goofy little video on all of this. Of course, Neora covered it first, and I'm going to say it here. Neora, you don't have a right to be taking shots at anybody's weight. I've seen you. Like, if you ever want to cosplay, I mean, you could do a good Elmer Fudd. That's about it. But more later.
They could have been part of this squad. They could have been cool.
No, they couldn't.
But they ruined it. They
soiled it. I could go over Grimskull's entire video, but I really don't feel like giving him any views. And frankly, gonna be real mean here. He has the most effeminate voice I've ever heard on a man. And if I want to hear somebody sound like this all day long, I'll go watch Daffy Duck. Yes, Gidgey, you're angry. I know. Angry Gidgey. Angry baby.
Don't worry. We'll get them.
I will take you to the toilet.
Correct. Okay, so let's move on to the next video. You ready?
Yeah.
All right.
So before I start my second and probably last
it's
response to
beautiful.
Lyle Convoy, which is a major one.
I love that immediately it sounds like he's trying to eat his mic.
Instead of a minor one, I'll just leave up on my drama archive channel.
By
I wanna
God, he's
get
trying.
things very clear. A few to be exact. Number one, this response video will concern and include definitions and showing some more context for you people if you are really demanding for it. Like
Sure,
you
well.
saw in the video I made exposing
Yes.
Lyle Convoy for his hypocrisy, for working with an active predator while there's a victim of sexual assault around.
How in the world am I working with a sexual predator when I didn't know he was one?
Well, you see, technically it is true. How he phrased it is technically right. You were working with a child predator, but the funny thing is, and I also know that they're 100% going to take what I just said out of context because that's all they ever do. But but the qualifier there is whether you knowingly did it or not, and he didn't say knowingly, so technically.
Oh,
right.
it gets worse.
But,
It gets worse because he gets so much dumber. He gets so much dumber about all this.
I just know that he's gonna get dumber, so I thought I would give him the biggest benefit of the doubt you know, just for fun.
Continuing.
And them being a minor at the time, so Tom indirectly endangered
Wait,
a
is the
minor
child
there.
predator
Even if you see the
minor?
GoFundMe page and you still haven't changed your mind whilst criticizing that video or shitting on it for the sake of shitting on it, I hope you're glad with me blocking your dumb ass in the comment section.
Yeah, this guy, like, he blocked me completely, and he still shows up in the comment sections, like, saying that I would try to get somebody to film a rape. Because this dude's just that much of a pussy. It's amazing.
If trolls try to fuck around or try to do anything,
Dong
send
Fidels.
threats or anything, I will either take them seriously if they're legit or block you if they're not. And 3, for whatever reason, if Lyle Convoy does anything shady or something that's noteworthy of pointing out the irony of, I will only do this on my drama archive until the entire drama is over.
Yes, I'm totally going to copyright strike a hilarious video that makes you look completely stupid. Totally what I'm going to do.
So then I can put all this in a mega compilation. So now let's begin.
The mega compilation.
Do not ever try to play that game with me. I don't DM.
I love how cursed that mask is. I love how cursed it is.
This is why I'm telling you. This is only you. What is the feel wearing? What is this? Mother, if you're listening, please reconsider your options. There are
Oh
so
my
many
God.
other people out there.
The-
Like you didn't have to do this. You love yourself, queen. You can get out. Find yourself a good band that doesn't wear a fucking lion mask.
Well, the funny thing is, the first time I ever recorded a video on this, because what I had to do was I had to wear the mask, play the audio, and essentially mouth to it. Like, the first day I did that, she came down the stairs, saw me doing it, just looked for half a second, and immediately went somewhere else. She didn't even ask questions. Nothing. Love
Maybe
that woman.
Tinder was a good idea.
All right, continuing. Oh, hold on. We got one of Cass's little goofs in here. So why is it okay for you to say meant to record her sexual assault? Because how else do you get evidence to pass to the police? Do you realize that sexual assaults sometimes do get recorded? Are you stupid? No, I mean, genuinely, are you stupid? Isolated, cryptid? Like, no. And Neora, I know that's you. So here's what's going to happen. Since I know you're really stupid, and I'm not okay with having people who are pro-zoophilia, like the Fox Mafia is in my chat, so now you're going away too.
You know, no, but the funny thing is like, for this, because I was mentioning this before the stream here, is that recording is literally the safest thing you can do, because I have an ex-partner that, like, at the current moment sadly still has keys to the place I live. If he was coming in, I would fucking record, because it's one, like, obviously proof of anything, because, like, especially when you share the same living space, it's not like if you couldn't prove one thing, you can prove trespassing or breaking and entering or anything like that if they live with you. That there's literally no crime. There's literally no crime physically there if you can't prove the assault happened, or literally anything else that happens. Like it could be a lot of things that would be a lot harder to prove when you live with them. But also on top of that, it's a fucking deterrent as well. It's like. It's good when you, you know, when you literally can't just, like, pop someone's clogs, because again, like, it would just look like you've gone psycho. You kind of want to put the right person in the prison. Oh my golly.
But guys, recording the crime's just as bad as committing it. Or what's the dumb argument they made? Well, then you're making them record CP.
Oh wait, that's the thing. Wait, hold on. Sorry, before we move on to this, I forgot to mention it, but they kept saying constantly, oh no, but they were saying to then send the video to you and Vida.
I did?
But that was not even in the call.
No.
It's literally send it to the police. Like, okay, because that was the thing. That's why I was like, I need to hear this call, right? Because I was like, if they did say that, then that would actually, like, be a crime, because that's literally, that would be distributing what could be, like, it's evidence, but since it's not being sent to the police, the same way that if someone sent you explicit, like, child material, if you sent it to the police, it's evidence. If you're caught having that material or distributing it that's a crime. But if you're going, all right, here's evidence of something that's happened to me. Here you go, police. That's not a crime.
Lio, dude.
Like...
Catboy. Hey, Catboy. What's it like being a LARPer of a Fed? Do you have the permission from Viacom to use the IP of Thundercats and other logos? Otherwise, I would have to contact the appropriate channels. Go for it. Go for it. Have fun. And again, I don't allow zoophile people in my chat, so you're gone too.
I just don't. I don't understand it. I hate them all, and I just have to ask, like,
could you not be yourself for 5 minutes?
I agree.
I hate them.
Also, Catboy, it's Warner Brothers that owns Thundercats, not Viacom. Doofus.
Oh, they tried.
Like that, he thinks that's the gotcha. I'm gonna get Warner Brothers to make him remove a logo. Oh no, that's almost unenforceable with as many times as that's been everywhere. There's a reason why they don't run around and do that. I know you're not very smart because you pretend that you're a Fed, but come on. All right, so moving on. Yes.
Okay, go.
Escalate. I go full scorched earth. Michael is a peaceable
Hold
man.
on, have fun. I gotta get Gidget out of here. She's destroying
I've
stuff.
been hunting actual predators for years
What the
now,
fuck?
and I've been dealing
Alright,
with
now
lying
this
clowns like you my whole
silly
life.
boy
You are more
is
concerned with
gone. I
lovely
can
leaders
bully him.
lying. Who cares?
I know.
I deal with liars every day. I'm talking to.
Been in here for a few hours.
How are any of you supposed to take him seriously? What is wrong with you? He's literally got a lion mask on. What are you doing? This is hilarious. Hello.
I'm back.
I was just saying nice things about your video.
Oh, I'm sure you were.
Now. If I have somebody tap me on the shoulder and say, Lio, there's a child predator in this server, I'm done with you and I go. Never let it be said that I won't admit when I was wrong.
What is that?
That is old school cringe from old videos. I warned you about this, and you said you wanted to bully me about it. So here you go. Start bullying away.
What is this?
Start
dude?
bullying. Go ahead. Get it out of your system.
I'll refrain.
That's fine.
You're muted, by the way, now on this end.
I realize
Have fun. Go be with your psychosexual weirdo friends, knowing full well that your family doesn't love you anymore.
First off, there's
I love that he thinks that's an own when all Fox Azure did was come in and literally scream racial slurs because he was mad that I told his girlfriend she's a freaky weirdo.
real.
Wait. I have to say something else. Why did you go from using stills to the fucking lion mask?
Because I thought it'd be funny.
You went the wrong direction.
No, I went the hilarious direction. I bought that mask only because it looks so horrifying. It looks like it had a stroke.
Nice.
And for the record, for those of you wondering why I haven't done a video with that mask, all the stuff that was in the background, with the exception of the actual fireplace, has been taken down because I plan on getting new shelving. So it's literally just filled with Tupperware containers that are filled with Transformers now. So, sorry. If I get anything else like that again, it's probably going to be a completely different setup.
Wait, I have something to say because I know that Cass and crew will be watching this.
I'm waiting.
It's really cute that you're gonna defeat me with the power of friendship and all, but again, I am the devil from the Bible.
Example
You'll never stop us.
of a predator hunter IRL endangering a minor by using a minor as a decoy in an amateur sting. If you want a real life example, look no further than Kyle Swanson of St. Louis.
Okay, but what's that got to do with me? Because your claim was that all Go ahead.
Yeah, I'm already lost.
Yeah, this moron's claim in the comment section of Jar's video was that all Predator Hunters do that. Thank you for your very first super chat as well. Let's see here. Let's scroll up to see the name again, sorry. Albert Wolflord, or Wolflord. How does it feel to be hippie Aslan Daddy? I'm not a hippie. Raised in a Vietnam vet house, you can't be a hippie. But yeah, like, I guess he thinks this somehow proves that he's right, but this guy's not me?
Formerly ahead of a now-to-be defunct predator hunter vigilante group known as KTS. He was indicted, forced into closing down the vigilante group, and agreed.
Dude, when you want to record a video, pull the fucking mic out of your ass.
Well,
Stop doing
the funny
this.
thing is when the first time I covered him, people thought it was an AI voice because he just sounds that stilted.
No, he definitely sounds like a person. Why is he like fucking becoming one with the mic?
Quote, predator hunting shit, which led up to all those charges against him being dropped in 2021. But let's get back on topic here, or the main focus of this video. How many convictions does old Thomas here really have under his belt?
I wasn't aware that I, personally, am the legal system. Did you know that? I'm the legal system. I am the law! I am the law!
Damn, bro, that's fucking wild. I just love it because these guys don't even report anything.
No, they do.
So
They do. To Neighborhood Watch, allegedly.
To Neighborhood Watch, that's true. How many convictions do you have, boyos and girlos of the Fox Mafia?
Well, he's not talking about the Fox Mafia. He's talking about just me. Because he's not part of the Fox Mafia. He's just been trolling around their section because I made them mad and I made him mad, and for some reason these people have to.
Why is he mad at your lack of convictions or whatever it
because
is?
he thinks Predator.
Not mad at,
You'll hear the rest of it.
But not mad at Cassie Koo.
Because Cassie Koo didn't personally call him out.
Warfox.
That's why.
Cast no Warfox.
Cast
my
no
bro,
Warfox. Cast
my
no Warfox.
homie.
Yes.
I really wish that my homie Cast no Warfox would talk to me, but I get it. You didn't want to talk to me because you said that you were too scared to talk to me. I saw the DMs. I saw what you said to me, and it's okay. It's okay, bro. I feel you because my mother also got exploded in a submarine by Smash taking it to the toilet. So
Well,
I'm in solidarity with you.
The unironically funny thing is, like, there's at least one dude that I know for a fact we actually did wind up getting charges on. So that's actually kind of funny.
Oof.
He went by the name Legend something or the other, but I can't recall anything else other than that.
Yeah.
So it's funny.
Labeling yourself as a predator hunter in quotations makes the phrase or name of the hobby that you're engaging in lose all of its intended meaning as time goes on.
Hobby? I do this for fun? Huh. Man, it's kind of weird it's taking such a toll on my health then.
Will he mention exactly how many predators were actually convicted for committing a sexually predatory crime because of his predator hunting? If not, it doesn't matter anyway. Arrests don't count until there's a conviction that is directly a result of that arrest. Eventually...
They don't count. They don't count. We got some dude playing freeze tag for lob here. No, that doesn't count. It doesn't count.
He's trying, God bless him.
Or down the line, no matter how long it takes. Or will he needlessly hide behind his own braggadocious nature like a coward would?
Braggadocious? That's a big word for him.
Brian, I'm out here in the public. You blocked me and you refused to come at me directly. I'm not the coward here, Scooter.
So, I'd like to see him try to name any. By the
Just
way,
did.
the only reason why weirdos find you, Tom, instead of the other way around, is simply because you've shown a habit of surrounding yourselves with weirdos to begin with, and trusting a few. If he
That coming from a furry is hilarious. So somehow being surprised that crazy people come at me is the same as the fact that I've hung around some strange people before. Does he not know the context or nuance of those different things?
He's
Well, this is also coming from the dude who's like hard on for the girl dog from All Else Go to Heaven 2 and likes fan fictions of children getting eaten. So, you know.
I remember that.
actually doesn't have any convictions under his belt, he's more likely an online predator exposer.
I was not aware that I am the law. Law! Law! And the law!
Anyway, given how effective he is at that, however, or rather not for most of the time, Thomas's last name, Guerra, meaning war,
So he can look up what it means. So he can look up what it means, but not how to pronounce it. Guerra. Guerra. Roll the R. Grr. Gringo. Hit him with a dong Fidel for that.
Dong Fidel.
What a lad.
Now he's
What
going
a
into
fucking
somebody else I
lad.
covered. He's going to somebody else I covered. It wasn't even a predator. What is this dude's damage?
And Denobi's last name, Ortiz, meaning brave, strong, or fortunate, have one thing in common: dishonesty and cowardice.
I've never lied about anything concerning you. You're a freaky creep weirdo.
Surname jokes and obvious sarcasm aside, let's get serious now. And plus, if
Oh,
Lyle
now we're
dares
getting
to try and
serious.
pulse DMCA this video, I will take screenshots and make a video out of it. The
You'll just take screenshots and make a video that nobody's gonna watch and nobody's gonna care about because you like doing fan fictions of children getting cannibalized. Like, nobody cares about you, dude. If I was gonna do it, literally nobody would care. Nobody would care. I'm not going to, but if I did, nobody would care. And on top of that, I don't even have to do that. If I wanted this dude's information, he put out his literal life story in fan fiction form. On Wattpad!
Well, yeah. Anyway, continue, Guerra.
Guerra.
onus is only on either the victim or witness of the crime that concerns the victim to file a police report and try to help get charges pressed on the suspect.
Actually, it's not only on the victim. Because I live in Texas, if I find out about a felony being committed or I witness one, I'm legally obligated to report it. So it's a good idea, of course, for the victims to do it, a requirement, I believe, but I can't make them do it. Moron.
No, you fucking, like, find out where they live, go to the house, and just force them at gunpoint. It's the only way, apparently.
Hold on.
Silly little cities.
Oh, I got lost. Hold on. Wee.
Of any of these sexual crimes, if they're
Yeah.
committed at all. Not on a vigilante group or person such as yourself or yours truly.
You said there'd be definitions. Where's the definition of a vigilante? Because a vigilante is somebody who takes the law into his own hands. I didn't. I report it to the law. Because I respect the law.
Oh yes, just like famous vigilante Batman when he when he sees the Joker do things, he calls police.
Commissioner Gordon.
And
the Joker is robbing the
he sits patiently and waits for the policeman to arrive.
Commissioner, I have evidence of the Joker's crimes. I've compiled a Google Doc. I'm firstly going to call him out for tracing and racism. I'm going to build up to the homicide.
It reminds me, genuinely, right? Genuinely. I don't think anyone's wrote a Google Doc of Camilla, but somebody made a Twitter account and they made this big long thread on Camilla. Guess what it starts with?
She's a traitor!
No, sadly no. It starts with the even more common Google Doc one.
Racist?
Transphobia.
Oh, I am so sorry. I completely forgot about the transphobia, despite apparently having a trans gun and turning people trans.
And then it went into racism, and then it went into edginess, and then it went into tracing, and then it glossed over the actual harboring a predator thing. And
thank you, Div, for
for
you also making me your first super chat. I appreciate it. But no, like, that's the word vigilante, is somebody who takes the law into their own hands. That's why vigilantes are illegal. Which one would think, if he knew that, he'd point out the idea of it being illegal. But, you know, oh my god, Batman is a call-out YouTuber fanfic. I need to give that idea to Heaton. I need to. I've got to give that idea to Heaton. That'd be great. Hi, I'm Batman, and in this commentary, we're going to talk about Lin and why she's gay. Followed up by Susie Doodle, who's also hiding that she's super gay. Moving on.
Because I'm not into this shit, and technically you're not really digging deep enough to be in this shit anyway. I'm totally not saying that he does not have a single conviction that's related.
How deep do I have to dig exactly? Can you tell me? Because I think, like, The evidence I pass is enough to show what these people are, whether it gets conviction or not.
To the crime of any predator committing a crime that's literally relevant to them being sexually predatory, be it sexual battery, sexual assault, or even child rape. Now am I? Of course I am, because there's not a single goddamn one under his belt. He actually doesn't. But that's if any of these predators he caught, in quotations, had committed an actual crime. That's not the case, however, with Lyle Convoy, also known as Thomas Guerra of Spring, Texas. I, among anyone else who knows how to do research and the history...
He knows how to do research.
Guerra.
Also, he apparently thinks that, like, the only way you can prey on children is physically. Correct.
Of him being falsely DMCA'd by shitty terminally online people like Denobi Ortiz already know what house you live in.
Wait, hold on. I wouldn't call... Denobi's a lot of things. I wouldn't call him terminally online. What the heck? What? This dude literally doesn't know a thing about what he's talking about.
Since that's not relevant, I will be at least respectful enough and not bring that up.
You just did!
Something to where I have to.
Oh, you mean my address? You're going to bring up my address that I say all the time?
And of course there's Vita too. But we can't listen to him, no. He's all about drama, right? So we should ignore everything he says. None of you are talking about this. Instead,
right?
You're still doing what you've always done. Sit quietly and hope it magically goes away like this is some infantile drama. None of you learned from the incident with Pedo Hat, and your lack of action only continues to prove it.
What the fuck is a pedo hat?
Pedo Hat is the colloquial we gave Toon Critic because of his top hat. The thing is, when we were dealing with the Pedo Hat.
I can't take any of this fucking shit seriously.
Well, the issue we were having at the time was every time we wound up finding a predator in the Brony community, nobody wanted to talk about it because they thought it was just drama. So the entire reason why I had to go to people like Anthony and FNGR, or Anthony and Vita, was because nobody else wanted to talk about it or do anything about it. It's terrible.
Lord. Okay. I'm getting thrown off by the fucking names.
It's okay, it was a funny name to give him.
The best you've done here was exposed Grizzly the Medic. And now that predator, after being exposed, can never land a job in that field he was working in ever again. Not because you got him convicted, not that you have to, because you didn't, even though it was the closest to getting one. But the fact is that anything you've done at all had an impact, IRL, in that one example alone. If anything, that predator doesn't even need to be hunted down or arrested until he actually committed an actual crime.
What is he talking about?
Grizzly the Medic was a member of BronyCon's security team who got really mad when Vita was being a dick to trans people, which he shouldn't have been. But we found out later on he was trying to get 12-year-olds into his bedroom at BronyCon.
Ew.
And here's Brian saying, well, he hasn't actually done anything.
He didn't do it yet, guys. Just wait.
Well, I have to ask. Now, if somebody shows up to Brian's house and puts a gun to his head, but doesn't pull the trigger, has he committed a crime? Attempted murder doesn't exist, right? Oh, wait.
I hate him. Dofidel doesn't even suffice here.
We'll take you to the toilet. Continuing.
Or felony, just being predatory and sending NSFW nudes, be it a work of art or an image taken by a cell phone camera, after having engaged in online erotic roleplay with that said minor, just won't cut it for getting actual justice or a conviction underneath your belt, even if the victim is at the age of consent, no matter which.
If the victim was at the age of consent, then that wouldn't be sending a child pornography.
See, you don't understand. He's working on an entirely different level to us.
I think I'm gonna borrow Doodle Tone's phrase. Oh, you're stupid. All right, let's see what else Mushmouth has to say here.
State they live in. To be more accurate and blunt, you have exposed predators in the brony analysis community, which is a...
Oh, I died. I completely died. Goodness. Wow.
Hello.
So are we back up?
I don't know.
I don't know why. What's been going on with the internet?
Lag.
Okay, so we are back. Cool. I'll handle that in a minute. Don't worry. I saw your message. Okay, so let's get back to Mushmouth here.
Clearly not the point of this response video, but not hunted them down. However, even if you found their docs privately and were just respectful enough not to publicize them, you merely expose these predators whilst crying and complaining that these vulnerable communities, as if they weren't vulnerable already without your help, which they are, not doing anything about this.
So I'm a bad man for telling adults to act like adults?
Well, you see, he can't act like an adult. You don't understand.
So he says they're vulnerable, and because they're vulnerable, I shouldn't get them to toughen up? What a weird value to have. Huh. Dong Fidel!
I'm not going to count any time that Tom or Vita or both went out of their way to publicly out more and more bronies or people in a community that turn out to be actual predators without those quote-unquote predators haven't committed a crime yet. Predator exposing is not the same even if you work with an actual predator yourself. If we can define a hunter in general, or at least the second definition that's relevant, according to Merriam-Webster, it is one that searches for something or someone, let alone a predator, be it online or IRL. If we can define a sexual predator in a general sense, according to Wikipedia, a sexual predator is a person seen as obtaining or trying to obtain sexual contact with another person in a metaphorically predatory or abusive manner.
Like people who try to groom children. That makes them sexual predators.
How old are you?
Oh my
How old are you? How old are you?
I need to know.
Mid-20s.
Analogous to how a predator hunts down its prey, so the sexual predator is thought to, quote-unquote, hunt for his or her sex partners. People who commit sex crimes such as rape or child sexual abuse are commonly referred to as sexual predators, particularly in tabloid
Oh, now
media,
he can roll his
or
R's.
as a power phrase by politicians and, yes, vigilante groups and vigilante people like yourself, Tom. Distinction from
I'm Batman.
Sex offenders. The term, quote-unquote, sexual predator is often considered distinct from sex offender. For example, many U.S. states make legal distinctions.
Yeah, a sexual predator can cover things that do not involve touching. You're stupid.
Yeah.
A sexual offender is also like somebody who's already been convicted, so you're really dumb.
Between these categories, defining a quote-unquote sexual offender as a person who has committed a sexual offense. The term sexual predator, in quotations, is often used to refer to a person who habitually seeks out sexual situations that are deemed exploitative. However, in some states in the U.S., the term sexual predator, in quotations, is applied to anyone who has been convicted of certain crimes, regardless of whether or not there is a history of similar behavior. In the state of Illinois, for instance, a person
This boy is reading off a definition, talking all day while saying nothing.
Convicted of any sex crime.
I've already gotten lost, so and I don't want you to remind me where we are.
Don't worry.
I'll just wade through the forest
Against a
and
minor
I'll
is
find a road
designated
somewhere.
a sexual predator, no matter the nature of the crime. violent versus statutory, or perpetuated against a young child versus a teenager, and regardless of past behavior. This has led to criticism that the term is being misused or overused, and thus has lost its original meaning and effectiveness. For you to just take whatever dog shit nonsense or any inane fucking retarded excuse to defend hunting.
That's him again. That's him in his
But
video.
he sounds so different.
Yeah, one he's eating the mic, the other he's down the hallway.
Why is he? At least he got out of his room. That's nice.
He's probably recording it in the bathroom so his mom doesn't hear him.
Down pedos, all the fucking while having the misguided belief that all sex offenders are pedophiles and vice versa.
Wait, who? Yeah, who said that all sex offenders are pedophiles? Because he's claiming that people like us said that, but we never said that.
He said it, and now he's gonna fight himself.
Based, hope he loses.
Sorry to break it to you. No, they're not. No, they're not. If anything, people like you muddy the waters when it comes down to even discussing the very idea of pedophiles existing in certain circles at all. I may add that any actions such as calling 911, reporting these crimes to the police, yourself, IRL, and getting an actual conviction/justice for the victim is rendered more and more pointless and unachievable due to not making the distinction between a sexual predator and a sex offender.
Wait, so hold on. So if I report to the police that somebody's being preyed on, I give them all the information of somebody trying to groom a child to meet up with them and sending them dick pics and requesting child porn and all that, the police are going to turn it away saying, well, technically, you used the wrong word here, so now it's not going to work.
I mean, that only applies in when you're doing like not when you call in the police. Like, I know that it happens with
prosecution.
That's where you get prosecution. With prosecution, that's why you get fucking lawyers and shit, because they all know the fucking jargon. But if you call in the police and say, "Hi 911, what is your emergency?" It's like, yo, I got stabbed by like I think like a fucking bread knife. They come in and they realize it was not the bread knife. It was the fucking long ass bitch that I don't know the name of. They're just gonna walk away like that. Call back with the proper terminology. You can call it what it is.
No, that is commentary stuff. This person said they were stabbed by a bread knife, but it was actually a steak knife, so we all know they're liars.
Fucking lying asshole.
Let alone a child sexual predator or a sexual predator that goes after minors. I don't want to get into semantics because
you just did, stupid.
But you people can understand my point now, correct?
Correct.
What will ever have happen at the very best of times is by outing these predators simply by them engaging in online erotic roleplay. Tom, is get someone fired from their job. No actual justice will be served IRL, but again, that doesn't
except him losing his job that allows him to be around, children
and vulnerable people. Yeah. But at the same time, like, so his argument is that you shouldn't even do this and you shouldn't even report it to the police. Brilliant individual. And he's wondering, why are people taking this the wrong way? Why do people think I'm pro-pedophile? Gee, I wonder why people might come to that conclusion. It's a mystery.
Matter. A predator hunter in this context is hunting for the predator just as much as the predator is hunting for sexual contact or dominance over that said minor or even child. But not all cases involve minors or children. A sexual predator's victim can be a grown woman, a grown man, someone who's gay, someone who's trans, someone who's black, or somebody else of a
I don't know.
different color or racial background, etc. We're not going too deep into any other examples involving those cases, however. If we can clarify the levels of sexual assault in both America and Canada, according to a Canadian law firm named Cruz Law Firm, and for America, according to Quinnen Law Firm, which I will link in the description box down below. The last bit is the biggest catch when it comes to whatever happened to Mintheart before they turned 18 and before they moved out of Beaverton, Oregon, and moved into Spring, Texas with Lyle Convoy themselves. Mintheart was a victim of
No. Call him what he is. A Goera.
assault after being groped by their thigh by their mother's ex-boyfriend, among other occasions such as their mother being allowed to sleep right with them, and when their mother told them to lie to the police about the incidents. All of this went on while Mint supposedly had a thing for Vita, even though it turned out that Vita was actively grooming Mintheart. Despite Vita being their groomer, Tom didn't know, or rather didn't care, because both Vita and Tom...
Yes, because when you don't know something, it means that you don't care about it.
Well, the thing is, he says doesn't know, or rather didn't care. So what he's actually saying is that I knew and didn't care.
Yeah, he is just being a silly little bitch.
Had a thing for Mintheart when it comes to getting them out of the abusive household and nothing else. Other than a job, they even said that no matter if they choose to press charges or not, that nothing is going to change.
Yeah, because the GoFundMe was made before we had Jordan report to the police. I wasn't in any knowledge of it when it was being made. I was told afterwards. So Mr. I can do my research didn't do his research.
Mainly because it's 4th degree sexual assault, the least severe degree. Even if their mother's ex-boyfriend did serve time in prison, it's never and not enough to say, we have ourselves a conviction. Let's get a round of applause.
Wait, so hold on. So if he winds up in prison, you can't say you got a conviction then? But what are your damning statements about me? Is that I quote-unquote have no convictions? What?
I don't know anymore.
Was justice served? Really? Likely not. But again, it doesn't matter anyway. There were, again, among many that Tom had to adopt, like I've said in the last response video. But make no excuse and make no
Did he
mistake,
mention me?
this is
I don't think so.
No!
But I also haven't streamed about him in like a month, so he might have. I can't remember.
No. Well, maybe yes, because I wanna know this man trying to talk through. I don't know.
Example of Tom
I'm just being left out all the time.
Oh.
No fun for peaches.
Minor, while an active predator was still around, let alone grooming the very victim of sexual assault that Tom and Vita were trying to help at the time.
Wait, how in the world did I keep them around a predator when I didn't know it was a predator? Huh.
I'm not going to mention Frisky Doodle because it concerns Coyote Lovely's lack of action and moral output, not Tom's, so that shit is irrelevant.
Then why'd you bring it up?
Important and spicy bit for this whole response video. Let's take the only actual predator that Tom actively worked with in the past out of the few that Tom was friends with, like I've mentioned in the last response video, that was convicted for committing other minor crimes. That being Joshua Keith Vita. Joshua Keith Vita, despite the fact that he was several states away from Mint during the whole fiasco surrounding them in 2018, was exposed for the first time by FNGR in May of 2020. Queen Serafina and Lyle Convoy insisted on waiting for more incriminating evidence to surface, not only because...
No. That's not what happened. When we found out about Jazz, it took us 4 days to compile everything and to make sure she was safe before we went public about it. How is that sitting waiting for more substantial evidence?
He doesn't know what he's talking about.
You don't say.
Because Jazz is known to be a notorious liar, but also because Jazz was too afraid and even blamed Tom for a suicide attempt. Sometimes
that happened later. That has nothing to do with Vita. And Jazz was scared about coming forward because they thought that we would take Vita's word over hers. Obviously, that's not the case.
Time before their initial video in 2021, after the fact of the first exposure. He
Yeah, because there were more victims and we wanted to compile something succinct for people to look at.
got arrested and sent to jail for assaulting his mom on October 17th, 2020, while his parents were arguing, all the while Vita himself threatening to end his life.
That's not what happened, and you're dumb.
If he doesn't get enough attention. Lyle Convoy, a former friend and a quote-unquote predator hunter on the internet that actively worked with this predator to get Mintheart into a better place and a better life, called 911 on him. The reason why Lyle called the police on Vita was because of the obvious suicide baiting for attention. And he wouldn't want to run the risk of Vita actually killing himself, which would have...
What is he talking about?
I don't know, but the funny thing is, the reason why I called 911 is because Jordan was freaking out. That's the only reason why I did it. Because otherwise, yeah, swallow them pills, boy. I don't care.
When was this?
This was in late 2020, I think, because Jordan came out about what Vita did to them in August of 2020. Whereas Jazz, it was April.
So when did he call the police?
Late 2020. Because we were still trying to get Jordan away from talking to Vita, and Jordan still kept relapsing into it.
Oh, and then Vita said that they were trying to kill themselves?
Well, Vita said they were going to do it several times, and allegedly tried several times, but this last time, like, I've downed the pills, you can't do anything now, and Jordan came to us freaking out, and I didn't want Jordan to continue panicking, so I called 911 on him. Well, not 911, technically I called police.
Fuck. What you do is you go, yes, Jordan, I'm going to call right now. Beep, boop, beep, boop, beep, boop.
I'm not gonna lie to Jordan. To be honest, I knew he was lying about it. But here's the funny thing that came. Let me finish. Let me finish. Because the funny thing is, it actually led to his first actual arrest.
Did it? How?
Because when he got arrested, or rather, he got when the police showed up to his house, he tried to lie and said it was his dad, that he was his dad, and then they found out that while he allegedly did try to take the pills, he just spat them all out. He never actually swallowed them. So they sent him to a psych ward, and he freaked out, assaulted a police officer, his mother, and an attendant. So the moment he got out of the psych ward, they put him right in the county jail.
That is funny.
He's doing time for it. It's part of his probation.
I can't wait for that person to die a very slow, painful death.
Oh, without question. I hope he does.
Turned sour, and no one wants that to happen now, do they? He was later arrested again and booked on June 4th, 2021 for 3 counts of computer theft. And this is the most recent mugshot that I could find when I looked up. His real name is, of course, from Carroll County, Georgia.
Is that him?
That was him. And you want to know the really embarrassing thing about him?
What?
I want you to make a fist. Can you do that real quick?
Yeah.
Stick out your pinky finger.
Yeah.
That's his size, fully erect.
Why would you tell me?
Because he itty bitty, and it's funny to make fun of him.
I'm leaving this stream. Go fuck yourself.
There's a reason why I mention it. Okay?
Okay.
He would get so triggered whenever anybody made fun of him. Like, actually losing his mind over it. So, we make it a point every time we talk about him to make that a comment so we could insult him more. Because it actually bothers him.
Oh. Okay, well, it's good to know my dick's bigger than his.
Correct. Moving on. Okay. Let's continue.
But it was like, I just didn't like the fact that is. I didn't like that.
He'll be in jail, but if not, and if he's still around...
Oh, that's what I forgot to tell you. You want to know why he's in jail for computer theft?
Okay, go.
It's because of somebody that used to run in our circles named Kichi. A while ago, Vita, for some reason, downloaded an entire Google Drive of the attendance and vendors for a Brony convention, and she reported him for that, and they finally arrested him over it. So it's actually kind of funny. Granted, I wish he had gotten arrested for all the other things he'd done, but that's one of them.
This is not just an example of justice not being served for Jazz, but also an example of Lyo's pure skill of avoiding the police while an active predator is still around, albeit abusing police resources.
How am I avoiding police? Did you check out of the video?
I did. Yeah, I was too busy being scarred by a tiny pinky penis.
Yes, he just said that I actively avoid the police.
I mean, I don't think it... I mean, not committing crimes is a form of avoiding the police, but usually police punishment, and that's just what people do on a particular day when they're not, doing criminal activity.
Assuming I don't do constant criminal activity. I did tell you, I will literally just fight 6th graders for no reason to assert dominance, clearly. Moving on.
That's true.
And wasting their time. By the very logic of being a predator hunter in general, in this context, Tom has done a completely dog shit job at an obvious internet hobby, not an actual...
How exactly is this a hobby for me? I'm still trying to figure that one out.
Well, he doesn't... I don't know. I'm not... You broke my brain already. I'm done. This guy's dumb, and I hate it. I don't get it.
We're all Donfidel,
Silly
aren't we?
boys.
Silly boys.
At this point, I don't even really blame law enforcement that much at the end of the day. Let's ask and answer a few but very simple questions. Thomas Guerra, you better pay close...
He said it again.
Apparently I better pay close attention. I'm gonna pay super close attention, I promise.
Attention to these, because they may just put you in your place. Number one,
what the heck?
Did Joshua Keith Vita.
Hold on, I gotta address this one. Poke Princess 93, $500 super chat. Good lord, that's a mistake. Please let me know. I will refund you. I'm a big fan of you and Peaches. Please use this for an awesome model or something. I promise you, it will be sent to a good person.
Any actual crimes relating to or involving sexual contact, assault, or even rape of a minor or child. Because if not, then no. Because if you're going to...
Hold on, that threw me off, so I gotta hear his question again, sorry.
Even rape... in your place.
Let's hear it.
Number one, did Joshua Keith Vita commit any actual crimes relating to or involving sexual contact, assault, or even rape of a minor or child?
Well, he did send them sexually explicit material, and he did request child porn, so yes, he absolutely broke felonies. Next question.
Because if not, then no. Because if you're going to report him to the police for shit like that, you better have enough proof for the police to then make a determination of whether or not it's worth an arrest, let alone a conviction.
How would that be my determination? I am not law enforcement. I am not a lawyer. I am not any of the legal system. However, when Jordan passed all their logs to the Oregon police, the officer compiled a 16-page document to pass to the North Carolina police. That's all we can do. All we can do is report the incident with the evidence. We can't force convictions. You are dumb.
They don't just do nothing and inconvenience victims of sexual assault all the time.
I mean, they do. Objectively. They do. Like, question for the chat real quick. And Amelia Peaches here isn't going to know this because she's in the great UK, not the US. But what is the job of the police in the United States of America?
To shoot people.
Doggone it, Peaches. You see, a lot of people there are saying protect and serve, but Dorkicorn is the one that's correct. There was a ruling in the Supreme Court that the job of the police is not to protect and serve, it is to enforce the laws of the United States. That is a Supreme Court ruling because there was somebody being stalked and harassed by an ex, and the woman wanted police protection because he was still coming for her despite there being a warrant, or not a warrant, a restraining order. They did not listen. She got murdered, and her family tried to sue law enforcement. It got all the way to the Supreme Court, and the Supreme Court determined they're not even required to cease an ongoing violation of law. They are only required to enforce law. So if you are getting mugged in the street, beaten almost to death or to death, and the cop stands there and watches it happen, as long as he arrests the perpetrator by the end of it, he's fine. That is the role of the United States Police as defined by the Supreme Court.
So they're not protectors?
Correct. They're not protectors.
Do they serve?
I've never danced against them. I couldn't tell you.
They do serve bullets, though.
A heaping helping. The cops are scared of things Domino Pizza guys aren't. Moving on.
For no reason. Again, there are 4 degrees of sexual assault. Mintheart's example is concerning the least severe or the 4th. And finally, number 2, did you or the victims contact the authority about Vita's online sexual harassment of Jazz, a minor, at that time when it was happening?
When it was happening? Well, no, because we didn't know when it was happening, but we did when we found out, and so did Jazz. Everybody who knew tried. Thank you for your first super chat as well. Let me see if I can pronounce that name right. Give me a moment here. Psychotic Sonic. Thank you. Go ahead.
It's Psychotic Sonic, you twit.
Don't bully me.
How could you?
Easily, because I'm not a Sonic fan. Hey, Pat.
This is...
Continuing.
And Mintheart, while you were at it? If so, well then of course. But the police did absolutely nothing there, not because they haven't committed any crime, but because either you don't know how to teach other people to do the reporting for them, having to involve yourself in it, or you or someone else fucked it all up to hell and back. There's a reason that Tom has no convictions against any of these predators he privately doxed and reported to the police.
How can you privately dox somebody?
You don't.
Well, it's just stupid.
All the while giving his name, email, phone number, and home address out to them, and reported those predators to the police or their local precincts under his belt. Since he usually goes after low-hanging fruit that don't really pose as a literal big threat to minors or children, both on the internet or IRL at all, Grizzly the Medic is the only exception, because at least Grizzly had some influence. So
he had the same amount of influence as everybody else we busted in the lower rung. Like, yeah, there are other people who had larger followings, but like, the main people we tend to bust didn't have like a major following. What are you on about? And Grizzly didn't either.
Such as BronyCon. So count Vita as...
To be fair, I wouldn't be surprised if he was confused. A lot of people with the larger followings seems to be working weird nowadays.
True.
Not being a conviction underneath your belt in this way, Lyle. And let me be clear, this may or may not be my final response to Lyle Convoy. I'm sure that my first one did something significant enough to him already. Anything else that Tom or anyone that's a member of or a staff member of the Senate will only go onto the Drama Archive channel until it's all put in a future major drama compilation supercut, including the videos where I bashed these online predator hunters back in December of 2022, which access.
I was so mad. Bring
What?
me back into Senate. Give me back my mod powers.
Just so
I
you can be
wanna
just call him stupid or something. He'll do an entire video on you.
Hello, Mr. Hello, Mr. Brian Man. If you're listening, hello, it's me. Hobbles Patches, and I wanted to say, you are a stinky. You are a poo poo, and also, most importantly, you are. I need you to think about what I'm saying to you right now and really soak in how horrible you feel of me saying this. Thank you. That's all I wanted to say. Thank you. I want you to feel bad.
Never
There you
told.
go.
Alright, let's continue.
As a major lead up to and before all this drama that's happening now. Although I am able to hop on into the drama every now and then if there are actual and brand new counter arguments / responses that I can even consider responding to. People in general are fucking idiots, man. Every time I criticize a big YouTuber or go into covering aspects of drama surrounding
You're a big
guy I knew in
YouTuber? I mean,
2019,
I am.
or just
weight-wise,
put out
yeah?
takes
Right?
that most people would rather disagree with than listen, it gets me ratioed on YouTube, even if and when I give every single factual detail correct.
Except for the fact that I've debunked like 90% of what you say. And just for the other super chat, he deserved it! Deserved!
Not a single minor inaccuracy. Well, that's beside.
Not a single minor inaccuracy, literally filled with inaccuracies. It's like that SpongeBob meme with the diapers.
At the point, because this second response video should hopefully pour concrete over Lio Convoy's proverbial grave after the first one just dug a hole for him. I'm Brian Mullins the Fucks, signing out.
I'm dead now,
Brian
apparently.
Mullins the Fucks. But yeah, you're dead. I can't believe it. Don't worry, I'll take over this stream. Hello, boyos and girlos. It is me, Peach's Convoy. I am taking over the stream. This is really cool. I'm really excited. I guess sorry, what would Lio do? Oh yeah, Thundercat sucks. The Barbie movie was pretty trash. I wouldn't be surprised if it flopped hard because of how hella woke it was. Oh god, whatever the fuck. Oh yeah, and also Sonic is the best, and subscribe to me. Not Lio Convoy. Actually unsubscribe. I would do that and subscribe to me, Hopeless Peaches. Thank you.
Apparently, he just released another video about all of this.
Wait, just now?
Yep.
God damn.
It's another 21 minutes. Do you have to?
So you really just came back to life
Yes.
to watch another video?
He literally came back to live just to upload a new video. Apparently, like 10 minutes into our stream.
Oh, that's nice. Okay. So that means he's awake.
Yeah, and probably seething.
Yeah. Wait, how long is the video?
21 minutes.
Can we put it on double speed? 1.5?
Sure, just give me a second.
Yes.
I want to see what screen caps he has here.
Ooh.
I'm curious if they're spicy. One looked like it was a Skype chat. Give me a second.
For a guy who says Guerra, I don't think
Guerra?
there's anything spicy there.
I can hope. Also, the profile picture he has in the next video is like AI generated, so I guess it matches his voice.
To be honest, though, the Barbie movie is so cool, and I've been listening to the Ken song on repeat over and over again. It's now part of who I am.
Yeah, she has literally been humming it like in every call we've had all week. It's amazing. Like we'll just be sitting there talking, and you start hearing the humming from the kid. What song is it you keep humming?
Just Ken. It's the Ken song.
The Ken song.
Yeah.
How does that go again? Nice. Nice. Just let me see here. There's the right one. Sorry. Tell me a moment. Yes, Peaches is Knuff. We are all Knuff.
I'm more Knuff.
All right, so let's hear the truth about the Minhart situation for somebody who was never there.
And the
Why is it going to the 7 whatever? Whoop. Player settings. 2x speed. You ready?
Uh-huh. I'm ready!
To make things clear, here's a legal clarification. It is legal for the victim to record the rape or abuse as evidence herself against her abuser and report it to the police, so it can be admissible in court. But others outside her family obtaining the evidence illegally by either downloading it to their computers / hard drive or have it on their phone to report it to the police for her is still inadmissible in court, which is why it is risky to do it yourself. But don't let others suggest it or report it to the police for you. Luckily, Mint did not do this herself, or themselves if you want to be gender neutral, nor did Lio or Vita download evidence of something that wasn't recorded. Here are a few more clarifications before I begin to drop this massive truth bomb. Number one, the only reason why I am...
Wait, why would you need to make these clarifications if your videos were all 100% factual all the time?
No, they're always factual. He's fucking dishing out that shit constantly. You've been fucking served, broski.
Calling Mint a her in this video.
Wait, hold on. Need to make this clear. The chat has a very interesting consensus. They say that Brian is not, in fact, Knuff. I'm implied.
That is true.
True, bestie.
Until a certain point is because all of this happened in the past, and therefore making it past tense, long before Mint's transition. So miss me on all that misgendering shit. Number two, Minhart is still a victim of sexual assault before the GoFundMe page was even launched on September 26th, 2018. And finally, number three, this will make it into part 2 of the Massive Predator Hunter Civil War drama compilation series. Hi everyone, I am Brian Mullins the Fox for a drama archive commentary. Well, I never thought I would have to make another video about Lyle Convoy mentioning him, but this is far more important than you think. Grimskull has done God's work, and so have I, and others for spreading awareness of all this.
So the people who are fine with being around zoophiles are doing God's work. Fascinating take.
Shit. And even I see that you can't argue with people who've already made up their minds about you, all because of my edgy past, instead of looking at me as...
How do people keep misusing the word edgy?
I don't know. Why are you asking me?
Because you're in these circles more in terms of how commentary dorks operate.
Have you seen my upload schedule? You're more of a commentary person than me.
That is the most insulting thing you've ever said to me.
But you are, though.
Well, time to go back to nothing but toy reviews.
Person I am now. Note that this isn't necessarily a response video to Thomas himself. He already apparently washed his hands.
Thomas. Is that why he calls me Tom? He can't pronounce the actual full name. Thomas. Sounds like Timmy from South Park.
But I have a more important theory as to what led up to the GoFundMe.
Oh, this will be on the channel later. Don't worry.
Page, or really, rather, what options they thought were available after its launch. This is the truth about the Minhart situation. All of it's unfiltered. So apparently, the GoFundMe page wasn't the only option for Mint. But at the end of the day, I wonder if Mint consented to Lio's shitty suggestion / idea or not. That's what matters the most in this story. It was among 3 options.
And yet you never reached out to them. Fascinating.
One of which is just downright criminal. So let me sum all of them up here. To be clear, the other 2 were suggestions by both Lyle and Vita a day after the GoFundMe page was created on September 27th, 2018. Here are all of them anyway. Number 1, do nothing. Don't even press charges against your abuser and move on long after being sexually assaulted, having known that their abuser has...
Who made that suggestion?
I don't understand anything. But no, this person isn't using a voice generator. This is just their voice.
Yeah, we have a...
it is sped up, but
it is sped
this
up.
is their voice.
But the image is AI generated.
has been in her life for 12 years. Or, number 2, by the way, the second choice wasn't either or in and of itself. Right, Lio told Mint at the time to either have them abscond her away from their abusive mother's home, the same one where their abuser lived, or set up and record Mint potentially being raped or at least sexually abused, so they can supposedly have evidence to report to the police for her. I'm sure it's not necessarily to use it as evidence against her abuser, because it's likely for a more darker, degenerate purpose.
Proof, please? Evidence for that claim? Anywhere? How is it for a more darker...
You made it the fuck up. Like, this is... I'll tell you right now, it's because they're literally so degenerate. All they think of is pornography.
Probably.
All the time.
Worse than I can ever say, to be frank, the potential distribution of CP, regardless if it was intended or not. Lio told her to record her potentially being raped, either on her phone or on another device like a computer that has a built-in camera, or both. Both of them even suggested the perfect angle for a dastardly and outright criminal attempt to abscond a then-to-be minor.
We literally heard the video. They were literally just saying, does that make sure it's not pointed to the fucking ceiling or some shit? What the fuck are you talking about?
The other option, if the first one fails. After all, Lio did, in fact, tell Mint to do so, which is not only entrapment, but even worse, endangering...
That's not entrapment. Look up what entrapment means.
...a minor, potentially for sexual gratification, instead of what they thought would be the end result. Strangely...
Wait, how is that sexual gratification? When did we say, yeah, dude, we're totally going to look over it? You're stupid. You people think that because that's what you'd want.
Oh my god.
Yes.
I hate them.
I hate them too.
And reporting it to the police, if this were to have occurred at all, is still risky, but legal. Surprise, surprise. Even in her own state at the time. And I don't want to hear the whole excuse of, he told her that because they wanted to use it as evidence against her abuser bullshit. Endangering a then-to-be minor is no excuse to trivialize the trauma of sexual assault victims like Mint. Unlike you, Lio, I never told anyone to record either their own sexual assault or even worse, their own rape on camera, and then have to report it to the police for her myself.
We didn't have literally any other option. There was no other way to protect Jordan.
You don't understand, okay? That was it. There's no points, but...
You know,
yeah.
I know the roast game isn't real, and that it didn't actually happen. But you know, I wish something would eat this dude.
That to her in the past for the purpose of possible CP distribution, let alone obtaining it illegally, instead of having her do the work herself, so she...
Wait, how do you obtain CP legally?
Well, he would know, I guess.
Okay.
You can try and get justice against her abuser. Makes me want to throw up. Now let's define statutory rape, since they brought it up in the original call/recording, and also because it's not just concerning sexual assault at this point. Statutory rape, to sum it up bluntly after having watched this video, as it is stated clearly on the board, as when a male defendant 18 years old or older has sexual intercourse with a female victim under the age of 18 years old. Consent does not matter. It not being forced upon her or being forced upon her does not matter either. Just because it's not between an arbitrary age range for the victim does not mean that what would have ever happened to that then-to-be minor is anywhere near justifiable or logical even. So in ensuring that Mint didn't show that she didn't consent to this potential rape, Lio told her to record it if their abuser dared to try and rape her in case if the first option of them absconding her from her abusive home failed. Because the justice system is completely fucked up, him and Vita would have likely gotten away with it, having told her to do so anyway. Because had Mint shown any sentiment demonstrating that she did not condone or they did not condone or consented to the idea of this even going down, it would have been a lot worse. If Lio and Vita went through with this, the evidence of Lio planning it would be inadmissible to the court.
Let me see what he put on.
Shown any sentiment
I want to see what he put on screen.
Shown any sentiment demonstrating that she did not condone.
Give me a second. I'm trying to see what he put on screen.
Or they did not condone or consented to the idea of
this
even going down, it would have...
Oh.
Had this happened at all, Lio would have been a predator. What is he even on about? Like, I'd have to...
I don't know. He's talking about getting free-range CP and getting angles and shit and sending surveillance to police is wrong and bullshit. And I don't know what's going on anymore.
Been a lot worse. Lio and Vita went through with this. The evidence of Lio planning it would be inadmissible to the courts anyway, knowing that her abuser would have just easily watched his...
So if somebody breaks into my shed and I put up a camera because I want to see if somebody does it again, that would be inadmissible to court? That's dumb.
No, this is it's not that. It's the fact that they keep like daydreaming about being in the same scenario and having the chance to look at this stuff, because literally the clip doesn't even say about you getting the actual clip that Jordan would have. Jordan would have it and send it to the police. There's literally no way that you or Peter would have even seen the clip. Oh my god.
Jesse wants to know, how much legal trouble can this individual get into for these videos and that fanfic stuff? Unfortunately, nothing. Because he can't get any legal trouble for running his mouth about me, because for me to sue him for something like this, he'd have to cause me substantial social or monetary loss, and it's a dude who writes weird fan fictions about children being cannibalized. He doesn't have any social standing to do damage to mine, so none.
Away with it scot-free. Not only that, it would have escalated to a full-blown rape, and had her abuser done it again to humor Lyle and Vita in the most disgustingly predatory way imaginable, the abuse would not only continue, the trauma would be unbearable to recover from, it could lead to the victim herself, or himself if it's a male, committing suicide.
Where's this idea of wanting Jordan to film a rape coming from? Oh wait, their own sick, twisted imaginations, because it was never said in the call.
Oh my god, I literally wanna... I just wanna... There's words that could be said, but it's against TOS, so...
Correct.
Because the pain and sexual abuse and torment is just too much. That and the idea of having their family abandon them and render them homeless too. And that is the most fucked up part about all of this. And the thing that just made me almost explode with unbridled rage at the time of even fucking taking this into consideration is that Lyle thought this was a good idea. Almost like I gave the exact examples that you wanted me to give you of endangering a minor or putting other minors in harm's way, Lyle. That's all I did. Let's be clear. If you were trying to bust a predator or expose an obvious sexual abuser, you don't become a weapon for which the abuser can use against Mint. Never give your enemy any ammo, even if it means you being your enemy's ammo at all. Or, number 3, set up a GoFundMe page, later facilitating the online grooming of Mint Heart, never reporting Vita for his predation for years, even when Vita got arrested himself, him staying in Lyle's circle until 2020, and basically filing no reports against Vita for his predation. All the...
Where's he getting the idea? Oh wait, his own twisted imagination.
This guy is literally stupid. I literally hate him.
Yep.
But also he is dumb and gay, and also he shouldn't be saying like, you thought this was a good idea when he literally made a video like this.
But he's 100% factual. All his information is factual.
This time, but only cops on him for a wellness check. That is an even more gruesome, more crushing irony than I have ever pointed out in the past, and I would be further remiss had I not had the opportunity to make a video like this. The way the GoFundMe page was even set up is suspicious. Mint had to dox herself because she couldn't do all of this GoFundMe stuff by herself legally. Vita was the adult and beneficiary in this situation. Vita was given Mint's now to be dead name, Emily Telez, including her middle name, her mother's home address, her email address, and Vita, for some time before giving it to Lyle Convoy, was the one who was legally pulling this.
Wait, what is this?
That's on GoFundMe's requirements.
They do know that they don't share the information, right?
No, he doesn't. Well, there are times that it will show up on the main page, but like, and like you.
What is he talking about? Like, I made a GoFundMe and literally only the fucking full name is there. But guess what? I literally just put my middle name there, so then my surname. Excuse me, what are you doing? What are you talking about? You're a silly Billy bitch.
The strings of this fight, despite the fact that minors can start up their own fundraiser, but would have to rely on an adult because she herself at that time didn't and can't have their own bank account until they're 18 years old. Their abusive mother couldn't possibly let that slide with her own bank account. I don't think Mint used her mother's bank account, did she? Because if so, I would agree with the abusive mother only on that point. If she ever did, she didn't. So at this point, Vita had to carry the burden initially. Then it became Lyle's burden 6 days later. And now I will have to weigh in on what happened during and after the GoFundMe page's somewhat successful run. This one video or live stream from one of Anthony's other channels called Fan and Frenzy on September 27, 2018. He posted the notorious call where Lyle and Vita suggested that Mint should record her rape. On September 28, 2018, Vita then confirmed that Vita is running the GoFundMe page, after Mint apparently handed it to him. 6 days later, Vita gave it over to Lyle not because he was too much of a pussy to handle the money, as Lyle would have you believe himself. It was because Vita couldn't financially support the fundraiser.
Actually, it's literally because he said he could not handle being responsible for that money, saying it was making him break out into hives. See, the reason why I know that, Brian, because I was there. And that's what he told me. Moron.
What is this person doing?
Coping and seething.
I hate you. I blame you for me watching this video.
I mean, we can end it. Because he's not going to say anything particularly intelligent.
I hate it. I hate it.
Well then, we shall be gone with him then. Yes.
Dang Fidel!
Dang Fidel! He is now banished! Away!
It's literally because he's saying the same shit, but he's just got an even somehow weirder picture, and I don't know.
Alright. It is time to go through all the very kind super chats that I've been sent.
Oh, yum. I'm not high, by the way. I'm just tired. It's 2 a.m.
She's just tired and British. So
There is no way for me to get high, and I don't drink on the reg. That shit expensive.
very. So let's see here. Shiokami for $20 super chat said 100 away from 17K. Yes, thank you. Actually, I'm less than that. Crook for $10. Here's hoping you can get a break sometime, old man. Good luck with that. The Real Smash Bandicoot for $2. All hail, Lord DK. Take down the Dongfidels. Bye. Just Jeff for $5. When you say doggy wang, yeah, I love him too. You mean it metaphorically, right? Right? Unfortunately not. Pastel UFOs for $5. Have some buckaroos, Lio man, and have a good stream. Well, thank you. Superfast Jellyfish, $1 super chat. Kyrax Malta, $5 super chat. Thank you both. Hazy Grenade, $5. Pet the cat. I did pet the cat. Mahi Mahi, $2 super chat. Gidget has some things to say. Yes, she did. Then I had to kick her out. Vincam for $5. On a scale of 1 to 50 on how badly this call aged considering future events, pretty badly. I'd say at least 5 out of 7. Dimo Z for $2. God, Lyle, forgot how young you used to sound. Well, I guess so. Like a while ago, Peach was actually listening to some of the other streams we did and said I sounded a lot happier back then, and I was having more fun to a point. Yeah, like all this stuff actually does wear on you. When? This was a long time ago. This is like over a year ago that you listened to some other stream that was archived, and you said you sound a lot happier back then.
Oh, I think I would have said something different.
No, this is before you learned that you could bully me.
Oh, well, I was a fucking loser then. I don't listen to anything that bitch said.
Chaotic Crypt, $2. Any plans on dealing with Kumo? Wait and see. Generic Grayfish, $2. Lyle, could we have a court accounting channel in Senate? Or Sentate? I guess. Dimos. No, it's Sentate. Dimos for another $5. Lyle didn't go to FNGR Vita Coyote for help. Those three came to him. Lyle could have gone his whole life without knowing them because he isn't a brony. Actually, no. I actually wound up just chatting with them because they were the only ones willing to talk about things. Warren Pond 3 for $5. Sorry I'm late. Looks like I'm playing catch up. I am so sorry. Buddha Cat for $5. Pets in Love for Gidget. Yes. Hellfire to all the Fox Mafia. Dong videos. Looking forward to the part 2. Yeah, I am too. Generic Gray Fish, $2. Ah, yes. Tinius. Azer Grenade for $10. A huge thanks for keeping the community safe. I'm doing the best I can, but I'm just one guy. Dark 92 Enigma for CLP 2000. I love that mask because it's so creepy. I still have it somewhere. I think it's in the pantry. Jerry B for $5. Brian gives us autists a pet name. Well, if you have autism, you can say that. David 315842 for $5. Just letting you know there's another guy with the mask now. When Wacky TV says your family is fake on a Smash Bandicoot channel, Wacky can cope and seethe. He's big mad for other reasons. Albert Wolford for $20. Knock these D-gens out. Working on it. Crook for $5. Fun for Lio Convoy VTuber model. No! Ryan for $5. $5 to Judge Dredd. Law. Bee Stings for $5. Stroke Survivor here. I can confirm he is face stroked out. True. Polka King 237 for $5. Ah, Lio of course is Judge Judy and Smash Bandicoot brings him to the toilet. Lol. A judge and jury. Sassy Frassy for $10. I am so tired and American. People with the IQ lower than a brick shouldn't have internet access. Hashtag free the series of 2. Say it with me now. Dibros for $10. My first super chat. Yay, nice going there, Brian. You dong fidel. Panda Paws Z for $10. My favorite thing to always use as evidence was Smash Bandicoot's word. Really? Because everything bad said about Lio on Twitter is always correct. By the way, Lio stole my cat and ate my birthday card. Well, that is true. Monster Energy for $2. Tom Guevara. The Real Smash Bandicoot for another $2. Lord DK struck down Brian. Where is he? Pussy boy. Danny Claw for $5. Dung Fidel. Danny Claw for $5. Here's compensation for the ear bleeding from the slimy, annoying voice. Thank you. Another from Smash for $2. Brian is a... Lord DK did not create him. Albert Wolford for another $5. Actually, Brian the Wattpad. David 315842 for $5. Second message of the day. Here's hoping one day the Spectrum kids will leave you alone. Darn. Thank you. Milk Uwu for $2. Please get that baby some treats and pats. Morale. I will. CT Sean for $5. This $5 for Gidget. I'll make sure she gets it. Pokey Princess 93. Thank you again for the generous $500 super chat. And if this was a typo, hit me up on Instagram and anywhere. I'll make sure you're refunded. Hey Lio, I'm a big fan of you and Peaches. Please use this to make an awesome model or something. I'm sure I'll put it in my closet somewhere. CT Sean for another $5. Justice for Gidget. Let the kitty in. HL. Drunkle B for $2. Hey, Elio, another silly person today? Always. Psychotic Sonic. Got it right then. $5. Lio, I just want you to know how much I appreciate you guys and your work to protect children. Thank you from the bottom of my heart. Much love. Well, I try. Don't feel like I do enough. Jerry B for $10. Another case that's similar to Lyle's was a social worker suing the cops for not acting on a report they made. The same result was said. They don't protect, they just enforce. Yeah, that's a... No comment. The Linden Hour for $2. Cue to Doom music. Yes. Pizza for $2. Cox Fafio, rise up. Yes. Super Goto Satsu for $5. Just got done resting from my surgery stuff. Glad to see you're doing okay. I see the clowns are escaping from the circus and throwing pies at Lio, like on the 22nd. Correct. We actually responded to that 22nd thing that you brought to my attention. Pizza for another $2. He's the guy who asked me to say they deserved it in Smash's voice. Emily Infinite, $5. His persona makes me want to pull a restraining order on him. It's kind of creepy. Belsey Gell for $10 says, maybe the true are the toilets we took them to and then exploded along the way. CT Sean for $5. $5 for Based Peaches Hours. Drunko B for $5. Yeah. I am so sorry y'all have to deal with this. Thank you. Blinky Iris, I miss seeing you places. Where did you go? $5. Thank you for not screaming this time, Lio. Last time I turned in a live stream, you were part of one of Peaches. You screamed. It was as you screamed. I am so sorry. Dunno for $2. This is going to be a VOD or now only kind of a deal? No, it'll be up. Crook for $5. Hearing you say bestie is giving so much it gave. CT Sean, bro for $5. Bro sound like Diet Ben Shapiro when sped up. He's so AI coded. WTF. Let me see if there's any more here. Oh goodness, there are more. From Lave, $20 in Krona. Hello, hopefully everything is well with you both. It's going okay. Regzinal for $2. Yeah. Brian is the reason furries scare me. They don't scare me. They angy me.
You are a furry.
No, you no comebacks. And by the way, thank you, Red Sindel, for being the first super chat. So that's all we have for this evening, and pretty soon part 2 will be out and the call. So the artists are going to eat well, and hopefully I can get to things that are actually fun. But for now,
hell yeah.
Peaches and I gotta log out, maybe play some video games, and we will catch you all later. Have a good evening.